Welcome back, y'all, to Fight Bloodline. Oh, if I could just show y'all the way my animal, my cat, just looked at me. Sorry, y'all. But welcome back to Fight Bloodline. I'm your host, Cash Money, also known as Mr. Take Your Chinny Chin Chin, known as Cash Money as well. Um, we're here. I'm here by myself today. Be ready. He's gonna try and make it for the next episode. No promises on that, but hey, y'all got me tonight. So let's break down UFC Fight Night Bonfim versus Brown. But let's see. I think I'm going live. I'm live on TikTok. Here we go. We got 2 viewers in here. Sup, Sergey? What's up, bro? What you doing? What we doing? Yeah, I'm gonna start the episode here soon, y'all. We just gotta get some people in here. Jacob Miller, what up? Or sorry, Miller Jacob. That's my bad. What's up? What's up? Hey, Marvin's in here. Okay. Joseph. Yo, we got some people in here. Let's go. Yeah, first fight off the card. We got Miles Johns versus Daniel Marcos. This is a bantamweight fight, and Miles Johns is 15-4 in the UFC. He's 2-2 and 1 in his last 5. Compared to Daniel Marcos, he is 14-1 in the UFC. In his last 5, he has 3 wins, 1 draw, and 1 loss. And for this fight, I went Marcos by decision. I think he's a more technical striker. He's dangerous in all aspects of the game. I'm not too worried if he goes to the ground. I'm not too worried if they keep standing up. I think he's going to go out there and get I'd say probably 29-28. It's not going to be nothing crazy like a 30-27 or like a split. I think it's going to be pretty dominant. Don't expect a high input or high paced fight. Just expect a technical masterclass from Daniel Marcos. And shouldn't be worried about the heavy striking on Miles Johns, but he does have that punch. But yeah, I just wouldn't be worried. It's not gonna be a crazy banger, but it's just gonna be a technical fight, and I think Daniel Marcos is gonna lead the dance. But yeah, Marcos by decision. Next fight, we got a middleweight bout between Robert Vlayton and Jackson McVeigh. Robert Vlayton is 10-6 in the UFC, and his last 5 he's 2-3. Compared to Jackson McVeigh, he's 6-1 in the UFC. And he's 4-1 in his last 5. And let's see, for this one, I went with I think I went with Jackson McVeigh on this one, also known as G Mickelson 1 on YouTube. Yo, if you're watching this episode, bro, we're breaking down your fight. But that's why I'm going with him on this one. I actually didn't see this one on the UFC app when I did my picks. I'm going completely off stats right now, but I actually have seen him fight. I've also seen him fight. This is going to be a slugfest. I believe Jackson McVeigh will lead the dance tonight. I think he will control the center of the octagon. He'll be throwing the more rangy teeps, head kicks. Expect a long range fight from him since he leads. He's a little bit taller and has a little bit. I think it's the same reach, but since he's taller, he's got them longer legs. So expect just like the long teep kicks, head kicks. Expect either by KO or decision, I think. But Robert Vlayton, he definitely leads in the wrestling, I feel more, compared to Jackson McVeigh. But I feel like these guys are going to keep it standing more than they are going to try and bring it to the ground. So give me McVeigh by decision. Also, I just want to make a quick shout out to We Want Picks MMA. We've been using your videos just because of this. If I could figure out how to do it, which I wasn't able to, and probably for the future, maybe start of January or December, I will learn how to pull something up like this, something like this. But I'm not the greatest at editing. If you know how to edit videos really good, bro, hit me up. DM me. I'll send you our videos. I'll pay you even. So an editor would be dope. Wayne Jones. Just saying, bro. I seen your stuff on TikTok, bro. You do some cool like. Let's see. What was it? The Iron Dude. That guy. But yeah, your edit's sick. I think if you could definitely edit our videos, it'd be dope. I'd pay you. That's that's your offer, I guess. So if there's any other editors out there, hit me up. Let's see what the chat's saying. See Jacob Miller. Loving the pod. Appreciate you. Oh, Corey, what up? Thoughts on Ilya Taporia allegations? If we're talking about his talking about how he got divorced, it's honestly good because he leaves an opportunity for me. Wink, wink. But yeah, no, nothing crazy on that. Besides Justin Gaethje's cooked. Early predictions for JDM and Islam. We'll have an episode on that here soon. I'll talk about it then since it's close. But if I had to give y'all a little short breakdown on that, just since the chat's saying it, I'd probably have to say I think JDM has the power to knock out Islam, just because we've seen in that Volk fight where he got dropped twice. I think Jack Del Maddalena is gonna drop him at least once or twice, but I think Islam's gonna do what he does and find the sub. But I got a little bit more thinking to do on that fight and that whole 322 card. We'll talk about that a little bit later. Shout out to Eli in the chat. Total like 6 viewers in the chat. Shout out Joseph dropping us a like. I appreciate that. Where's Be Ready? I told you he'll probably try and be here for the next one. Joe Miller again. Thank you for the. Oh, you said Galaxy. I, I don't know how that works, but thank you. Hey, shout out Jacob Miller, yo. He's the same name as my teacher. Besides, you black. Request to join the live now, bro. I'm sorry. You can't join the live. It's not. I can't. But let's see. Next fight, we got Jamal Emmers and Hyder Emil. This is a featherweight fight. We got Jamal Emmers, 21-8 in the UFC, 3-2 in his last 5. Compared to Hyder Emil, he's 11-1 in the UFC and he's 4-1 in his last 5. And I went with I went with Hyder Emil on this one. I think he's gonna go in there and find a crazy knockout. If I could sort of what I think is gonna happen is he's gonna do a Drickus, but actually land his strikes and not be as goofy. But I think he'll find the KO either first or second. Jamal Emmers, he's a little bit older. He's very chinny. He does have the slight bit wrestling over Hyder, but I don't think we're gonna be even worried. I don't think we're gonna get to a third round. I think Emil is just gonna go in there, dog walk him with a knockout. Probably be brutal ground and pound and expect a crazy knockout for this fight. But give me Hyder Emil by KO. Next fight, we got a UFC debut, but it's a heavyweight fight. We got Josh Hokit, 6-0 in the UFC and the 425 favorite and 5-0 in his last 5. Complete dog with the grappling. He's one of the best wrestlers and strikers in the heavyweight division right now. Compared to Max Gimes, he's the 6-1 Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu fighter. 4-1 in his last 5. This is his UFC debut against a killer like Josh Hokit, and that's exactly why we're going with Hokit. I just gotta see why. Oh yeah, I took him KO. I ain't surprised. But yeah, expect this Max Gimes dude. If you guys remember the fight, it was a little bit ago on one of our episodes. I believe it was the Fight Night Whitaker and D. Ritter, where Bryce Mitchell had fought in one of the Gracies. And that Gracie dude was just sitting there pulling guard, trying to get into that freaking butt sliding match with him. And Bryce Mitchell just went in there, caught in his guard, dropped elbows, grounded pound. Expect that from Josh Hokett to do that to Max Gimmons, I think. But I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a sub, like maybe like a crazy armbar or something, but I doubt it. We got Josh Hokett in this one for sure. He's locked in by either knockout or he can slam this little Brazilian dude. But yeah, by knockout or I'd say knockout. You might get lucky with a submission, but since he's like a crazy Brazilian black belt, I wouldn't bet on it. I'd probably take him either by decision or KO. Next fight, but hold on. Let's see what the chat's saying. I saw a couple of notifications in there. Let's see. Another one from Jacob Miller. Man, you just love talking about this 322 card, huh? Shevchenko, Weili. You have to wait for that episode. What's Eli saying? Rip Cowboys. Oh yeah, rest in peace to that Cowboys defensive line player. I saw that this morning. You gotta turn that geography paper in there, boy. You in my geography class? What? That's funny. Shout out Mason Lacrosse. I did turn in my paper, douche. Let's get to this next fight. We got Adrian Yanez versus Christian Quinones. On this one, I went with Yanez by KO. But first, let me break down the fight, man. See what y'all doing, bro? Got me messing up. But this is a bantamweight fight. Adrian Yanez is 17-6 in UFC. He's the minus 185 favorite and 2-3 in his last 5. Compared to Christian Quinones is 18-5 in UFC and 3-2 in his last 5. I went with Yanez on this one by KO TKO. I think he's gonna go in there and finish this dude. He's gonna catch him probably expect like a late round finish, nothing crazy. But you'll probably just catch him on the cage slipping, or they'll have a stand up stoppage. You know, where they're kind of on the cage and one dude's just wailing on him. They end it. Expect something like that. I think from Adrian Yanez, he's gonna go in there super aggressive, trying to get a win, trying to climb the bantamweight rankings. Yeah, just a pretty good scrap from both of them, honestly. You know, Christian Quinones, dog. You know, these dudes love to strike. They love to stand up and sit there and throw. But yeah, Adrian Yanez for sure. I think he has more power, more accuracy, better body kicks for sure, better just kickboxer in general. And yeah, the two big dudes for the weight division. But give me Adrian Yanez. I think he'll land the more crisp shots. Next fight, we got Ticia Pennington versus Denise Gomez. Let's see. Did I go with Pennington or Gomez? Looks like I went with Gomez by decision. So we got a strawweight fight. Tessa Pennington is 15-7 UFC and 3-2 in her last 5. Compared to Denise Gomez, she's 11-3 in the UFC and 4-1 in her last 5. I went with Gomez on this one just because of the age difference. She's way younger than Tessa Pennington. I think she's the better striker and wrestler. Expect a boring decision, you know. Expect almost like kind of like a Mackenzie Dern versus Verena Janjarova. You know, nothing crazy, but one will definitely be landing the strike in. One will be landing the takedowns. Now, I definitely think whoever is landing the bigger strikes, more accuracy and more punches in general, just like significant strikes and normal strikes, will probably end this one out, getting the dub. Yeah, Gomez by decision. Next fight, we got Myro Bueno Silva versus Jaqueen Line Kava Kentai. Excuse me if I'm saying that wrong, but I went with let's see, what can we call her? I'm gonna call her Caval. But we got bantamweight fight between Mara Bona Silva, Cava. We're gonna call her Cava. Mara Bona Silva is 10-5 in the UFC. She has one win, three losses, and one draw in the last five. Some of those losses being to Raquel Pennington for the bantamweight women's title. Back on the Alex Pereira and Yuri card, I think it was. If it wasn't Alex and Yuri, then it was Strickland Duplessis. Yeah, I think it was actually Strickland and Duplessis, the one where I thought Sean Strickland won. Yeah, she fought for the title there. She got embarrassed. Fought Macy Chasson. Shout out Utica for teaching me how to say it right. Said it wrong on the last pod that I went on them with. But yeah, she got absolutely dog walked and elbowed by Macy Chasson. And I think that's exactly what's going to happen in this fight. Because Cava, she's a dog, 9-1 UFC, 5-0 in the last five. She's been taking out all her last opponents. I think it was mostly by submission, I thought I saw. It was submission decision. That's why I think she's going to go out there and sub Myro Bueno Silva in either the first or second. Expect something wild, I think, on the ground. I think, me personally, if I had to guess on a sub, which is really hard to do sometimes, I'd say Canva by either arm triangle or shoot, maybe even guillotine or something like that. But yeah, Canva by sub. She can completely dominate Myro Bueno Silva and get her out the UFC. Next fight, we got Marcio Tulio versus Christian Leroy Duncan. It's the middleweight fight. Marco Tulio is 14-1 in the UFC. 5-0 in his last five, is the 145 favorite. Compared to Christian Leroy Duncan, is 12-2 in the UFC and the 125 dog. He is 4-1 in his last five. Me personally, I went with Christian Leroy Duncan on this one. I think he's the more dog of a fighter. He's gonna go out there and risk more. And if you look at his last fight, he won by technical striking, taking a step back, throwing. That's exactly. I think that's exactly what he's gonna do in this fight. He's gonna take step backs, throwing them hooks. I think he's gonna catch him on the chin and find a knockout. If not knockout, then drop down. Like he's gonna drop him, get on top of him, shows what a man does to a boy, and finish him by TKO. But yeah, I think nothing else to it really. Besides, Marcio Tulio is also a dog. I've seen his fights. He's got crazy Brazilian kickboxing, but I think he's too spastic and too crazy. Almost kind of like a Royval type of fighter. How they're just like too nuts and they get cracked once or twice and then they kind of stop and then they kind of do it again. I don't think we have to be worrying about that. With Christian Leroy Duncan probably finding a crazy knockout in the second or third. Expect a pretty good. Expect like a. Excuse me. Better like a more. How can I describe it? Like a high input boxing match, kickboxing match. Expect something like that. Nothing crazy. But yeah. Me Leroy Duncan by knockout. Here we go. Here's a good welterweight fight. We got Uros Medic versus Muslim Salikov. Perfect matchup by the UFC. But we got Muslim Salikov, 22-5 in the UFC, is the 155 dog. He's also 3-2 in his last five. Compared to Uros Medic, where he's the minus 180 favorite, 11-3 in the UFC and 3-2 in his last five. I got Uros Medic on this one by a very close split decision. Both of these guys are dogs, but Medic's got that dog in him. He's a lot younger. tons of knockout power. He's more fresh. He's faster. Now I believe that he will find the win. Pretty like yeah, I think he'll get it, but expect a crazy fight from both of them. Mostly Muslim Salikov leading the takedowns and better ground and pound. Look for Medic trying to find the finish, but I don't think he will because this Muslim dude's freaking tough as nails. I mean, both of them are tough as nails, but he's crazy. Yeah, I expect a friggin' dogfight between those two. I wouldn't be surprised if what's his name gets fight of the night. Here we go. We got one of the Bonfim brothers fighting tonight in a lightweight bout against Chris Padilla. It's I don't know how I'm gonna call it Padilla, but we got Ismaili Bonfim. He's 20-5 in the UFC, 200 favorite and 3-2 in his last five. Compared to Chris Padilla, he is 16-6 in the UFC. He's 5-0 in his last five. Personally, I went with Bonfim by TKO in this one. He's definitely the better striker. Got the better takedown defense. And I wouldn't be too worried about the takedowns. I think Bonfim's going to go out there, find the KO, like either flying knee or so straight up cross or something that's going to shock the card. His brother's going to be proud of him. But I feel like the tables are going to turn in the main event. But yeah, give me Bonfim either by TKO or decision. Should outstrike this dude. He's younger. He's a better striker in general. I think he's the better Bonfim brother. But yeah. Next fight. Here's a banger. We got a bantamweight fight between Hmoney Barcelos and Ricky Simon. We got Ricky Simon. He's 22-6 in UFC. He's the -175 favorite. And then he's 2-3 in his last five. Compared to Hmoney Barcelos, he's the 150 dog. He's 20-5 in the UFC. And he's 3-2 in his last five, with two of those wins being over Peyton Talbot and Cody Garbrandt. And expect a crazy underdog pick. I'm going Hmoney Barcelos. He's gonna go out there and find a sub or a decision. These older fighters have been put in BTA. And I think he's going to go in there and make it a dog fight. He's not going to make Ricky Simon want to be in there. I think he'll probably find a finish, honestly. I took Barcelos by TKO. I think if he gets it to the ground, it's over. He's just going to hold him down and probably ground a pound. But most likely not. Most likely he'll hold him more down to a decision. Yeah, expect a dominant fight from Hmoney Barcelos. And he's going to either finish or just make it to 3 rounds with Ricky Simon. That is one of my parlay picks. But Ricky Simon, sorry, I don't talk a whole lot much about the other fighter I'm picking. But Ricky Simon definitely leads the dance and striking. He'll control the center of the octagon more. Then again, that's if he doesn't get held down for 3 rounds by Hmoney Barcelos. But we'll see. I think that should be a pretty good fight, honestly. Co-main event, we got Matt Schnell, 17-9 UFC. He's the +200 dog, and he's 2-3 in his last five. Going up against this freaking killer and Joseph Morales, who I believe just won the Ultimate Fighter, and I'm pretty sure he fought Rob Font at I think it was Noche in San Antonio a little bit ago. But tell the tape, he's a little bit younger. He's definitely got the way. I think he's got way better striking. I think he's gonna go out there and knock him out in the first round. Yeah, no. I think Joseph Morales is gonna dominate this fight. He's gonna control the center. He's gonna be throwing the teep kicks, keeping him on the outside of the octagon, and he's gonna find either he can really win this fight however he wants. His submission game is pretty elite. Look at the dude's record: 4-1 in his last five. It's pretty good. He's a Ultimate Fighter winner. Like, dude's a dog. You gotta give him credit where it's credit. But Matt Schnell, he's old. He's most likely not gonna. He's just like a dude, like, to fight to where, like, oh, cool, you beat this dude. people know your name a little bit. Like, he's not a nobody or nothing. He's not a nobody, but he's just like a type of guy you put up against. Kind of like Joseph Morales. Kind of like a Bruno Silva versus Joshua Van. So just give somebody a little bit of hype to their name. Just get them in that top 15 talk. Yeah, give me Joseph Morales by either TKO or decision. Main event time. We got Gabriel Bonfim versus Randy Brown. This is a welterweight fight. We got Gabriel Bonfim, 18-1 UFC. He is the minus 152 favorite, and he's 4-1 in his last 5. With a very close fight with Stephen Wonderboy Thompson, which me personally, I think Wonderboy got robbed in that. I'm sure Be Ready 303 agrees with me since Wonderboy is his fantasy boy. You know, he dreams of him. Wants to give him smoochies. Just kidding, bro. But we got Randy Brown. He's the 132 dog, 20-6 in the UFC, and 4-1 in his last 5. And for this fight, I went with Rude Boy Randy Brown by freaking knockout. This dude's gonna mollywop Gabriel Bonfim. Bonfim, in my eyes, he sucks. He's like the best worst fighter in the welterweight division. Like, he's got the potential to be good. Besides, he has no stand up, very weak chin. Like, Stephen Wonderboy Thompson at 40 years old was kicking this dude's head off his shoulders. Like, he straight up was cracking him. Thwah! Thwah! Like, he was freaking messing him up. And then until, what's his name, split his leg. But that wasn't all too bad. I really did think Wonderboy won that fight. It was a robbery. Yeah, I'm calling it right now, Randy Brown knockout. I'm calling it. Head kick knockout. Expected later rounds part 4-3. But I know a lot of people going Bonfim, which is crazy. I think he's going to get dominated. But I think that's the end of our episode. I got a little more stuff I'll talk about, like parlays. We're going to start doing this a little more, secretly. Somebody bets in our podcast, and the guy who shows up is the one who does the bets. I'm gonna give y'all a hint who does the bets. Not saying nothing so we don't get a strike, but you guy bets. Don't know who that guy is, but he gave me a message. 3-pick parlay to make some money. What? I wonder how we got that in. First pick of the parlay, we got Randy Brown by head kick knockout. Or not head kick, but he says Randy Brown by knockout or decision. It's a good pick, honestly. Whoever that guy is, got him. Another underdog pick, Hmoney Barcelos by decision or sub. Or no, sorry, I read it wrong. Just take Hmoney Barcelos for the underdog. Now, he said he picked another underdog. Nope, not this one. Oh, what the heck? Why did it stop right there? Christian Leroy Duncan, also by knockout. And that's the what bro talking may uses the crap their pets parlay. That's honestly like that guy right there knows ball. Like, that's a pretty good bet, if you ask me. Yeah, that's the 3-leg parlay that put out there. Like I said, if you be looking at our Instagram and TikTok page, we always do shout outs at the end of our episodes. So should we start Instagram first or sorry. Looks like nobody's really said nothing in chat. And then the TikTok live, so we can start shouting out our followers. But here, hold on. I gotta type this in. Son of a gun. Hold on, bro. Sorry, y'all. See, so we're gonna run Instagram first. Shout out to Mateo Loya. We're gonna do a World Series episode coming Thanksgiving week. You know, he's a hell of a baseball player. Huge Dodgers fan. Shout out to the Dodgers for winning back to back, which is crazy. They got two crazy players on the team with Shohei and the other Asian dude. Shout out Noah Mendoza. You know, he's been the bro forever. Shout out Axel Martinez, another bro. Thank you for supporting us. Be Ready 303. You already know. Shout outs to them. Shout out Bro Talk MMA. Make sure y'all go check out their stuff. They just had a live tonight breaking down this card as well. Shout out like Utica. Go listen to his music, and he has a little door dashing thing. And shout out Diesel Utica. Ray Bucks, Mr. Give him his belt. Give him his crown real quick. Shout out to Darren Teed. Mr. Make that paper, I think was his little slogan thing. Shout out. Let's see, it's loading that Spectrum. Oh, we have way more followers than this. Sorry, y'all, it's taking a minute. Oh, shout out Jacob Miller. I think he just followed us on Instagram. You know, I'll just post a little video later with the followers on Instagram. Let's move to TikTok real quick. Here we go. Shout out to Loya, bro. It's my G. Shout out Lovella. You've been supporting since day one. Shout outs to you and your cat. Shout out to the homie Zakai. Hey, that's number one, bro. Shout out G Mickelson 1. Make sure y'all go subscribe to your YouTube channel. You get weightlifting, football clips, and just go check out their channel. It's a fun little family thing. Shout outs to Utica, Cameron, Junior Jackass. It's a little count that me and my homie Josh did. And let's see. Shout out Neymar. I'm pretty sure that's JR if I'm not mistaken. But a shout out to you, Neymar fan, or just shout out to you, JR. Let's see who else. Your name's just Dot, bro. But shout outs to you. Shout out to Juan. Pretty cool dude. Good at soccer. Let's see who else. It's not loading, man. Both of the following this is crazy. Man, Pops couldn't make it today, but he'll be back. Baron Roy Val, he's been a supporter for a minute. Terrence McKinney, shout out to both of y'all. You know, fastest KO at lightweight history, and Baron Royval is a top 3 flyweight. We'll be doing his card here soon. I think that's it, y'all. I can't get the rest of it to load. I'll make a quick little short later. Post on our TikTok and Instagram page. But this has been another episode of Fight Bloodline. I also want to say my last thing. December, Miami. Y'all know what's happening. I can't say what's happening, but Miami, December. I think we're looking towards the 15th. It's where I could get back in the ring. December, around Christmas. Y'all know. But can't say too much about that till the 15th of November. We're trying looking for December, either late December or early January. That's all I can say. In Miami. Big announcements. And y'all know. Can't say too much. But this has been another episode of Fight Bloodline, y'all. I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace.